Who says money can't buy you happiness? I guess they haven't cruised in one of the most expensive cars in the world. When you're cruising around the city in one of these expensive cars that only a handful of people have ever dreamt of owning, you'll believe that it can. If you're a motorhead, then you've landed in the right place. Let's pay homage to some of the world's rarest and most expensive cars. These amazing cars are not just beautiful-looking metal boxes with wheels. These are stunning magnificence with muscle. Some of them were made many years ago, but what hasn't changed, though, is that these cars still don't fail to capture the hearts and attention of people. So let's start the engine and roll on to the rarest and weirdest expensive cars in the world today. Before that, make sure you give this video a like, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you get notified anytime amazing and fascinating videos are dropped. Number 10 on the list is the Nautilus Car. For those who remember 2003's League of Extraordinary Gentlemen film, you'll recognize the Nautilus Car. If you saw the film, you'll remember the Nautilus Car, referred only to an automobile, was Captain Nemo and the League's means of transport on land. The car was designed by Carol Spire. The vehicle was used throughout the film and featured heavily on promotional posters. The vehicle started life as a Land Rover fire tender, adapted via a steel frame with the addition of a Rover V8 engine. The chassis is covered in intricate ivory-colored fiberglass shell featuring a wealth of elaborate embellishments and an aged gold effect on both the interior and exterior. Inspiration for the decoration was taken from the Hindu god Ganesha and assorted flora and fauna. The interior is trimmed with faux leather and even features the original Land Rover dials. The wheels each measure 72 centimeters, and hidden within the arches are hydraulics to adjust the ride height. To acquire this beautiful car, well, you'll spend around $50,000, and you know what? Only 2 were ever made, which makes it very rare. Next on the list is the Batmobile. The name pronounced is related to Batman. The red car Batman drove in his debut story was called the Batmobile, and we're all familiar with the Batman films. Batmobile is both a heavily armored tactical assault vehicle and a personalized, custom-built pursuit and capture vehicle used by Batman in his fight against crime. It has the ability to raise or lower the suspension depending on combat or navigational situations. It also has a miniature jet engine afterburner to give it quick thrust in pursuits and jumps. The exterior body is completely bulletproof and can easily withstand sustained gunfire from miniguns. The Batmobile measures 20 feet long or 6.1 meters and 12 feet 3.7 meters wide at the rear. The vehicle is estimated to reach 205 miles per hour, and this beautiful baby cost $620,000. There are 4 of these cars, and that's all that were made. Number 1 was made out of steel, and the others were fiberglass replicas. Number 8 on the list is the Lotus Esprit. The Lotus Esprit is one of James Bond's best-known cars. The white submersible Lotus Esprit appeared in the '77 film The Spy Who Loved Me. The Esprit was chosen to give James Bond a glamorous car to drive. There's been many famous movie cars, however very few have the same notoriety as Bond's wet Nelly Lotus Esprit submarine from the film The Spy Who Loved Me. Back in 1977, we saw a gorgeous Mark I Lotus Esprit with Bond at the wheel sail off a pier into the water, and moments later the wheels retracted and fins popped out and the car was a submarine. Well, it's not really a submarine. It's called a wet sub because once driven into the nearest lake or river, you might want to have your scuba gear on because you're going to ruin your favorite pair of driving shoes and, of course, prevent yourself from drowning as the cockpit fills with water. This beautiful car cost James Bond a whopping $1 million. Later on, it was reported that a billionaire tech entrepreneur and investor, Elon Musk, he bought the James Bond iconic Lotus Esprit for $997,000 with the intention of making its movie transformation from car to submarine a reality. Number 7 is Devel 16. It only takes one look at the car before you realize that you're looking at a machine that could revolutionize the supercar or hypercar segment, the same way cars like the McLaren F1 and Ferrari F40 did decades ago. Devel the 16 has 5,007 horsepower. Yes, 5007. Devel 16 was said to be able to churn out an eye-popping 5007 horsepower from a quad-turbo V16 engine with a top speed exceeding 300 miles per hour, that's 480 kilometers per hour, and this supercar was born to give Bugatti nightmares. The interior and exterior of this amazing car is definitely out of the ordinary. This beauty will cost you $2 million, and only 3 types were ever built. One of the 3 types is owned by a Canadian rapper, singer, songwriter, actor, entrepreneur, and prominent figure in music, Drake. Number 6 is the 1954 Oldsmobile F88. Now, this Oldsmobile F88 is one of the most historically significant vehicles of the era and considered by many historians to be a great expression of automotive design from the 1950s golden age. The 1954 Olds F88 is considered a rare icon with a worth of $3 million. This F88 was a dream car created by Oldsmobile in 1954 with a fiberglass body. It used the chassis of the Chevrolet Corvette. Only 4 of this car were ever built. One of them is owned by John Hendricks, founder and chairman of Discovery Communications in Bethesda, Maryland. Coming in at number 5 is the Ferrari PININFARINA SERGIO. This PININFARINA SERGIO is a concept car produced by the Italian design house Pininfarina. It was presented at the 2013 Geneva Motor Show as a tribute to the former chairman of the company and automotive designer, Sergio Pininfarina, who died on July 3rd of 2012. The exterior consists of floats and aerodynamic headrests which are attached to the roll bar rather than the body of the seats, becoming almost elements of the exterior more than the interior. In front of the door panel, 2 helmets are housed in a storage locker which are produced by Pininfarina in collaboration with Numax and personalized with the color of the exterior. The open-top body is designed with calculations and tests in the wind tunnel of Grugliasco to optimize aerodynamic performance. Ferrari's Pininfarina Sergio is the best car for a fast race at 202 miles per hour, and only 6 of this amazing car were ever made, and YouTuber Mr. JWW recently had the opportunity to drive one that had a price tag of $5 million. Number 4 on the list, it's the 1953 Jaguar XK120C. Only a few sports racing cars have achieved such legendary status as the Jaguar C-Type. It won 24 Hours of Le Mans twice for Coventry during the company's domination of the event back in the 1950s. 1953, the Jaguar XK120C is a racing sports car built by Jaguar, a vehicle luxury brand, and the C stands for competition. This car is the prettiest car to ever eat the competition alive. The Jaguar C-Type began life as the famed XK120 Roadster, which had taken the world by storm in 1948 with its revolutionary dual overhead cam engine. The new and improved C-Type, again C is for competition, kept the XK120's running gear but wore a lightweight tubular space frame chassis with an aerodynamic aluminum body. Its XK120 engine, a 3.4-liter twin-cam straight 6 that normally produced 160 to 180 horsepower, was tuned up to 205 horsepower. The results? Immediate and impressive. A total of 53 C-Types were built. 43 were sold to private owners, mainly in the U.S., for a price of around $6 million. Number 3 is the 2008 Maybach EXCELERO. The Maybach EXCELERO is a one-off, ultra-high-performance car, 690 horsepower, twin-turbocharged V12, 0 to 100 kilometers in just 4.4 seconds, and it can reach a top speed of 349 kilometers per hour. And all of this is combined with ultra-fine luxury. This beauty comes in at a price tag of $8 million, and it's a one-off high-performance sports car by Stola, now part of BlueTech, in collaboration with Daimler Chrysler and Mercedes-Benz. The main material used in the construction of the EXCELERO's interior are dark and red leather, neoprene, glossy black carbon fiber, and aluminum accents. The Maybach EXCELERO was a one-time, high-performance sports car. This means it was manufactured only once around the whole world. It was one of the most powerful V12 engines in the world, and it was acquired by the famous rapper Jay-Z. At number 2 is the 1970 Porsche 917 at $14 million. You can find a handful of classic and antique Porsche cars for a bargain and get great handling and performance, but there are some that are almost unattainable. Well, this is one of them. The Porsche 917 is that rare and collectible car with a price of $14 million, and only 32 of this car were ever made. The 917 gave Porsche its first overall wins at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in the 1970s. Powered by the Type 912 flat 12 engines, 4.5, 4.9, and 5-liter, the 917/30 Can-Am variant was capable of 0 to 62 in 2.3 seconds and 0 to 124 in 5.3 seconds. Comedian Jerry Seinfeld has a vast collection of Porsches. Perhaps the most interesting car in his collection? Yep, it's a 917. Number 1 on the list is the 1956 Aston Martin DBR1. Even 60 years after it won its 24 Hours of Le Mans, the DBR1 is still considered the pinnacle of Aston Martin performance cars. This car is a classic masterpiece, put together by a small and focused team of engineers to outperform all other cars of the era. Today it stands as a monument to Aston Martin's achievements with only 5 models in existence. One of them was sold at a 2017 Monterey auction by RM Sotheby's for a staggering $22.5 million, making it the most expensive British car ever sold at auction. It's only one of 3 cars in the 1950s to win both a World Sports Car Championship and the Le Mans 24 Hours in the same year. The DBR1 was initially fitted with a smaller 2.5-liter, 2493cc new all-alloy racing engine, the RB6.250, very loosely derived from the racing version of the Lagonda Straight 6 engine to comply with that year's Le Mans 24-hour regulations, while the RB 6.300 Straight 6 2992cc, rated at 250 horsepower or 186 kW, was developed for the 1957 season. The DBR1 featured full bodywork with a large triangular vent on the side, a design trait which became a standard on future Aston Martins. These cars are amazing, right? Which one do you find the most unique and why? And what do you think about them? Would you want to acquire any of them? Well, just let us know down in the comments below. And hey, like always, thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, click the like button and subscribe. And if there's something you need me to talk about, well, let me know and leave a comment below, and I'd be more than happy to make those videos. Don't forget, subscribe, click that bell. I'm watching. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.